Have you ever, at any point in your life, done something seemingly innocent but turned into a full-blown disaster? I mean, at some point in our lives, you must have had such an experience where something that you thought was just a walk in the park, you attempted it and it was, it almost landed you in hot trouble, right? On today's video, I'm going to be sharing a very hilarious story of one time when I was in secondary school. I got into trouble while I was playing football. In simple terms, because of football, I nearly landed myself in jail as a teenager. So hey, my name is Goodness Ezeh. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Storytime with Goodness Ezeh. Please like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're new, and please click on the notifications button so that you get notified when there's new content on the channel. So the story. Now, very quick background into what my secondary school looked like. I was in SS3 at this time, and I didn't attend one of those two secondary schools in Nigeria, right? My secondary school was not a very big school with not very many students, but we loved football. We played football a lot. Our teachers even sometimes joined us to play football, right? I was in SS3, like I said, and I think it was second term. Yeah, it was second term, right? It means that I was like a few months, even weeks. I can't remember the exact month it was now, but I know it was just a little while away from writing the DEY, which is like the final exams for every SS3 student. Now, first trouble was, at the time, it was my school's policy that SS3 students should not play football, especially when it's getting close to the exams. They shouldn't play football so that they don't get distracted. That's the point, right? But like I said, I personally loved football so much. I loved to play football. I wasn't so good. I mean, I wasn't Mbappe or anything, but I mean, I could hold my own on the football pitch. So I loved to play football and all of that. So we flouted that order. I remember that day was a Wednesday and we had PE. So for most secondary schools in Nigeria, they have their PE on Wednesday. So Wednesday morning we had PE. So our PE was nothing more than going to the football field and playing football. So that fateful day, we're out there playing football. And while we were playing the football, I can't remember who it was, but I know it wasn't me. The person played the ball out of the fence, like out of the school compound. So we had our football pitch was a small pitch in the school compound, and the pitch was bordered by two fences by the sides, right? So somebody played the football outside the fence to the next compound. And here's the thing, that's not the first time we're going to be doing that. I mean, it happens a lot. If you play football, you know it is normal that somebody will get overexcited or overeager and just play the ball out, right? It happens a lot on the football pitch. But that particular day, usually once anybody plays the ball out to the next compound, the person who plays the ball is the one who goes to fetch it. So either by sneaking out and going past the gate of the school and entering into that compound to get the ball and throw it back and then walk back into the school, throw it over the fence and walk back into the school, or actually jumping the fence, right? And then going to get the ball, jump back into the school. I mean, that's how we used to do it. It was crazy. So this fateful day, business as usual, or we thought it was business as usual. And, the person played the ball to the next compound, and we're like, okay, I mean, go fetch the ball. And the guy went there and he realized that the owner of the house, I don't know if it was the owner of the house, but the person living in the house was standing right outside the house and was doing something. I can't remember what he was doing. So the guy came back to us and said, no, he can't go to get the ball because there's somebody there. Now, the person was standing in front of the house. The ball was a little bit far away from him. Me, in my mind, I'm like, the man may not even have known that the ball is there. Go and get the ball. Let's continue playing before the bell goes and then we have to resume classes. Go and get the ball. And, the guy was adamant and saying, no, he can't get the ball. He can't get the ball. I'm like, okay. Now, growing up, I wasn't just very mischievous, but I was also weirdly very courageous, like very courageous. I wasn't afraid, especially when I really wanted something, I went to get. And, for those of you who play football, you know what it means by when they say ball has entered your body. Yeah, like I didn't want to stop playing that football. Like we really wanted to continue playing, and I was like, you can't get in that. You don't have the audacity to do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go and get it. And they were like, oh yeah, go and get it, right? Now I calculated it well. I looked at where the man was standing. He was facing, it was facing this way. The ball was just to his side here, right? I calculated that, okay, I'm going to jump the fence from the side of the house. He wouldn't see me that I have jumped, right? I'm going to tiptoe around the back of the house, get to the ball. The ball was sort of at his blind side. The only way he would actually see me is if he turns, right? But, so, I mean, I calculated everything. The only thing I did not calculate was that he was there when the ball landed. He was expecting that one of us would come and get the ball, and he was waiting for us to do that. And I happened to be the unfortunate one. So, like I said, I calculated the whole thing. I jumped the fence, tiptoed around the back of the house, got to where the ball was, and with precision. I mean, that's not the first time I've done that. I've done it before so many times, I stooped to take the ball. As I took the ball, I was about turning to, tiptoe around the back again, jump the fence, when the man said, "Stop there." And then he ran over to me, caught me right with the ball in my hands. And mind you, my peers were looking. So in the wall of the fence, there's a place you can peep, right? That's how we usually peep to see what's going on. So my guys, my fellow football players were looking through that, hole in the fence, watching all these things unfold, right? The man walked over to me, picked me up with the ball in my hands, right? Without my shoes, because obviously we don't play football with our shoes, street football, we don't play with our shoes. He picked me up and took me into the house and locked the door. At that time, lots of thoughts were running through my mind, but I didn't expect what was going to happen next. Immediately, he started, ranting at me, shouting at me, abusing me, telling me that I'm a thief, right? That I'm the one that used to jump the fence from the school and steal some of his things in the compound of the house. And I'm like, "No, sir, we just used to come and take the ball anytime we play the ball into your compound, we just used to jump the fence." He says, "No, that you are a thief, that I have evidence." Then he took out his phone. He took out his phone and took a picture of me holding the ball in my hands. Like I said, I should hold the ball in my hands. I should look at a show. He took a picture of me like that. And then he said he was going to take me to the police station. He was going to call the police on me. And he wasn't just threatening to call the police. He actually started calling the police. And immediately, I started crying. I started begging him, "Please, sir, have mercy on me. It was a mistake. It was the devil's work. It is not me." I just started begging him, "Have mercy, sir. Please, sir. I'm in SS3. I will so write my WAEC. Please." The man was like, that he will make sure I sleep in jail that night. That I'm a thief. I'm the one that has been stealing since. I'm the one that has been stealing from his compound. Different things I've been missing in his compound. I was begging this man. What did I not do? I knelt down. I lied down. I held his leg. So the man, like I said, took his phone and he started calling somebody. I don't know if he was calling maybe a friend of his who was a policeman. I don't know, but he just started, telling the person that, "Come, start coming. I just caught the thief that I said has been stealing. I just caught him. He's one of the students in the school that shares a fence with me." And I was begging this man. It was so crazy. And, so one of the things I kept saying while I was begging him, I kept saying that, "Please, sir, have mercy on me. Please forgive me. I'm in SS3. I will soon write my WAEC. I have just a few weeks left to write my WAEC." I just kept saying it, and then the man took me and then he took me outside. I thought he was maybe taking me to the police station or something, right? So I was in my mind, I was praying. And then the man took me by the hand. He asked me to still hold the ball, right? And then he grabbed my arm and then he pulled me along, right? And then as we stepped outside the house, or about to step outside the main gate of the house, the man said to me, was like, "The only reason I'm going to let you go is because I also have a daughter who is in SS3, right? And she's also going to write my WAEC, and that's the only reason I'm going to let you go." Immediately I started thanking him. "Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir." So he took me by the arm, asked me to still hold the ball, and then took me all the way, of course, not back over the fence. Then he took me outside the main gate of the house, then back to the school gate as well, which was just, like I said, beside his house. And then he took me inside, took me to the principal's office. And at the time, the bell had already gone for the end of PE. My classmates had gone, class had started, the teacher of the class I was having was already asking, where is Goodness? And nobody could say anything. It was so hilarious. Nobody could tell the teacher that I jumped fence and they caught me, So they took me to the principal's office, and I was a prefect in school. I was the assistant head prefect. In fact, I was sort of the head prefect because at the time the head prefect had left the school. He left the school in the first term, so it was basically me, right? And imagine a school head prefect being caught doing something like that, right? It was so embarrassing. Of course, I was properly disciplined by the school authorities, and it's just one time in my life I would never ever forget. And the truth is, it's a hilarious, even embarrassing story, right? But there's one big thing I learned from that episode in my life, and it's that, see, youth is synonymous with courage. Young people, can be very courageous. They can have so much audacity and, just want to do anything without caring about the consequences. But hey, the consequences should be thought about, because and the thing is, I knew the consequences if they would catch me, right? I knew what could happen if the man caught me. But in my mind, I was like, no, I'm smart. I know how to do this. I mean, it's on his I calculated it like that. I was like, the ball is on his blind side. Right? I'm not going to come from where he's standing. I'm going to come from the back, right? I'm just going to pick the ball, tiptoe around the back, pick the ball, and then I calculated everything, but like I said, I didn't calculate the fact that he already knew that the ball was there and he was just waiting for somebody to have the audacity to come and get the ball. And guess who had the audacity to do that? Looking back on that episode of my life, I have realized that, you see, boldness is good. Boldness is very good, but wisdom is better. It's better to apply wisdom in everything that we do. And like I said, think about the consequences. And even as adults, we can apply these things to our lives, right? We're about to make certain decisions. Some of it, that they might not necessarily be the best decision. Think about the consequences. Never not think about the consequences of your actions or of your words or of your decisions. Right? Because it's going to help you make the right decisions more often than not. You're just courageous, you're just audacious, take bold steps without really thinking about the consequences. It might land you in hot water, and it's just the definition of chaos. So that's my story. That's my story. I mean, what an experience. Like I said, I was very mischievous as a child, and we're going to talk more. We're going to have so many more story times on this channel where I'm going to share some of my mischief stories, because I had many. This is just one of the very many mischievous experiences I have had, growing up. If you enjoyed this video, like the video. We have, videos like this every week. Every Friday, we drop videos like this. So do well to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Click on the notifications button so that you're notified when there's new content as well on the channel. And also drop a comment. What is one thing you did that you thought you had it all planned out, but it just blew up in your face? What's that one embarrassing or funny thing that you did that you thought, was gonna go as planned, but it didn't? Do well to drop it in the comment, and I'm going to be there to have a chat about it. Thank you for watching the video. My name is Goodness Ezeh. This has been Storytime with Goodness Ezeh. See you on the next video. Adios.